Welcome to my tarot corner, and I am trying to take a little bit leave of the Harkles, but I will be back with them and go to the Cambridges. Now, lately we heard that Netflix filmed one of the episodes or a few scenes, no less and no more than in front of the Cambridge's door in Kensington Palace. And this is really, I mean, the boldness of them is really enraging. So, and I did hear that from Neil Sean this morning that the royal family is thinking about taking legal actions against Netflix. On the other hand, they could just put, a disclaimer and say that everything is loosely based on historical events, but it's not history. But as you know, younger people, and especially ones who don't know the history, they tend to think that what they see on television is the truth, and this is how things really happen. And many things regarding, for example, the way Princess Margaret was treated, and a lot of things that happened and were shown in the Netflix in the Crown's first series. People really thought it was how things really happened. So this is a new spread. I've never used it. It's called a 9-card spread. And what I like about it's that it has 3 cards of advice. Now I'm looking for new spreads all the time, and I think it's an interesting look on things, and just put the six card spread to rest for a little while. So let's start with asking the energies around the fact that Netflix filmed filmed near near the Cambridge's door, and is the royal family going to sue? So let's see what we get. So first time, this is the Vox Arcana, by the way, tarot deck, and because this is a very serious matter, I put the cats for a little rest. But when I go back to the Harkles, the cats will come back. So first, let's start with clearing the deck. And the images here are very, very strong. Okay, so let's see what we get. Energies around the Netflix filming The Crown near the Cambridge's door, and the royal family threatening to sue Netflix. Energies around Netflix filming The Crown near Cambridge's front door, and the royal family threat to sue Netflix. Okay, so the first card is the far past. It is what happened in the past, but it is the far past. Could be years, could be months, but let's see what we get. And we get the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, as I told you many times, is the one who fantasizes. So there is this fantasy world, okay? And Netflix, The Crown, it is a fantasy world that many people don't realize it's a fantasy world. It is not the truth. It is not how things really are. And but this is a fantasy world, and this is the far past, when the Crown began, and as is a series. It was really very, very well received because people like series about the royal family. They like seeing things about the royal family, and it is the fantasy world. So we get in the far past the fantasy world. Now let's see what the near past says. Okay, sorry about this the disturbance. We had this weird uh, um, alarm that could be sometimes missiles and things like that. So I had to go and check. Okay, so the next card is the near past, and the near past is the magician. So the magician is the card of someone who can manifest, someone who can actually produce things from nothing, create from nothing. And this is also a card that very much fits a television show, and because this is someone who is creative, this is creativity, fits the television show, these fits things that are coming from creative abilities, and but this is also someone who is orderly, someone who is skilled, someone who has a ability to manifest, and this could very much be the current Crown series that is being filmed right now. Now let's see what is the current situation. And the current situation is the moon. And the moon is the card, it's another major arcana. And it is the card that says there is a problem, you need to speak about it. So it is probably very much disturbing, especially not Harry, I'm sorry, William, because he was so much attached to his mother, and the moon also is the mother card. So it doesn't appear here by chance. And this is a card that speaks about emotional problems. And the whole situation, the fact that they even filmed in front of his house, it is affecting William very much. It makes him think about his mother a lot. It makes him think about how his mother would want him to react in all of this, and how she would want him to maybe to defend her, or just put things aside and just ignore it. But this is the current situation, is that William is very much affected by it, and it is an emotional problem for him. It is making him remember his mother and think about his mother, and it's very, very difficult for him. Now, the next card is the known influence. So what are the known influences? And we get another major arcana, which is Temperance. And Temperance is the card of faith and belief. And it is a card that says that all you need is to believe. So this is the known influence, and it tells William, all you need is to believe in yourself. This is also a card of miracles, or things that happen by themselves. So it does tell William, this is the known influence, his belief that things will just go over. Now, that even if he doesn't do anything, that people will understand who his mother was. They will know who his mother was, and he doesn't really have to do anything about it. So this is the known influence. But let's see what the unknown influence is. And the unknown influence is, wow, another major arcana. It's the Empress. And the Empress is the mother card, another mother card. And the Empress is the card of someone who gives everything, he has or she has. This is a card of fertility, of femininity, and this is the hidden influence. The mother is very, very strong here. So he is very much influenced by the way his mother is depicted here, and it comes over and over again in this spread until now, because there are at least 3 cards here that are talking about his mother, and he is very much influenced by the way his mother is depicted in this series, even more than he thinks. So this is the hidden influence, and let's see what the probable outcome. Will he sue? Will he not sue? And we get the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, although many times I say it is the Megan card, but right here it's not about Megan. And the Queen of Wands is the one who is the fire energy, someone who needs sometimes to be the leader, someone who has this personal responsibility. And I think that as a probable outcome, Harry will have to, not Harry, I'm sorry, William will have to take upon himself a little bit of the archetype of the Queen of Wands, and to appear the leader, appear as someone who is taking responsibility about on this. This is a card also of ego, and his ego is being wounded here, and he needs to protect it. He needs to protect himself. He needs to protect his mother. So he will have to, and this looks like the probable outcome, as something that he will probably will have to do is just, put on himself, and this is something that my tarot master likes to say, to put on himself the mask of the Queen of Wands. It's like taking a few of the archetypal ways of archetypal character lines of the Queen of Wands, and to appear the leader and appear as someone who has the responsibility and takes responsibility for everything. And this is the number 6 card. Now the next 3 cards are advice. So we have 3 cards that are advice. It doesn't have to take all of them, but let's see what the first advice is. And we get the 4 of Pentacles. Now the 4 of Pentacles is a card that it is a warning card. This card tells him, don't act out of being threatened. Don't be, because if you do act like as if you're being threatened, you will end up with the 5 of Pentacles. So this is, as an advice, it is a warning. Don't adhere to what you have because you feel threatened, and don't act out of threat. If you act out of threat, you will not succeed. So this is the first advice. Now the second advice that we get is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is the woman who is very emotional, but also very much the adventurer, and someone who is willing to take risks. Now, Prince William is a Cancer, so he is a water sign. And although we are now talking about a woman, this is an archetype, as I said. And this is someone who is able to handle changes. And this, as an advice here, it tells him, don't be afraid. Be the adventurer. Do what you think that is right, even if it means changes, if it means things that you need to change. And this is also about family, about children. So this is another advice that he has to take into account. And the last card is the last advice for him, and we get the Emperor. And the Emperor is the father card, and of course he has to think about his father and the way his father is depicted in this series as well, but also the way he is influenced by it. But it also tells him that he needs to be more controlling of the material world, be more of an authority figure, and just act out of this authority way. And you can see here that this image of the person is a very authoritative person, and there are some kind of, sorry about that, so there are some kind of occult images here, but it doesn't really matter. What this advice is telling him to control his the material world. That is, in my opinion, says that he should and they should sue the Netflix if Netflix doesn't do something to make sure that people don't think that what they are depicting is the truth. And I have to say that this is a very spiritual spread, because we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 9 cards are major arcanas, which means that this is very spiritual. This is very important. This is very important for William, and in order for him to go on with his life, he needs to do that, and he needs to protect his mother and his father from the way that they are depicted in that television show, which I admit that I like watching, but as I said, it is a very different, and I don't look at it as history, okay? So I am looking at the 7 energies oracle and see what kind of advice I can give him. Because it is, although I asked about the royal family, it is very much, it looks like William is the one who has to do the actual decisions, and he's the one who needs he's the one who needs to do it, because he's the one who is being mostly affected by this. And it is something that he cares about, because his children will watch this, not now, but in the future. He wants his mother and his father depicted right. Okay, so now I'm just clearing the deck. And let's see what are energies around Prince William and the crown. Energies around Prince William and Netflix and the crown. Energies around Prince William, Netflix and the crown. Let's see what we get. So the oracle card is great big love, and this is how he feels about his mother. This is a great big love, and he has to do everything to protect her. And this is, I think, what he will do. He will do whatever he can to protect her, even if it doesn't really mean to go to a lawsuit, but to get Netflix to admit that this is not history, this is not historical events, but it is loosely based on historical events. So this is it for this reading, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, write me an email, write me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.